2016, these are some of the events we are planned to participate. A number of colleagues from ISSIP will be leading sessions or presenting or just attending some of these sessions. The next closest one will be held in IBM Almaden Research Center on December 15, 16. There will be a workshop symposium with the NIH, OHSL, IBM, and ISSIP collaboration. And then on January of 2016, there will be a Higgs conference. We have a couple workshops. One is from IBM Watson, Cognitive Computing. Other one is the Service Innovation Framework. SIG is leading on Service Innovation Framework on January 5 and 8. And then in March of 22nd, we will have a T-Summit 2016. And again, this summit is being led by the ISSIP Service Innovation Framework currently. And then next July of 2016, Lou will be leading a 7th International Conference on the Human Side of Service Engineering. And just to follow up to some of these events, as you know, we have been running this ISSIP Frontiers of Service Innovation speaker series. It originally started as a service innovation research and education SIG, but we evolved this to include presentations from any SIG or chapters, because we thought cross-fertilization will be very helpful to ISSIP, and we also wanted to make a kind of no-silo presentations. So far we have 107 presentations, and it is held on Wednesday mornings. We can schedule the presentations 30 to up to 60 minutes at 7:30 a.m. on Wednesday mornings PST. And please let me, Yasi, Jim, Heather, and a few others in both others, if you would like to present. And next one is, okay, so this one is also about Business Express Press publication. We have been running with the partnership with the ISSIP. This is a book series Jim and I, we started in 2011, and we kind of partner with ISSIP currently. For ISSIP members have a discount if they would like to purchase these books. So far 11 books been published, and in last quarter, basically in this quarter, these are the 3 being published. Art booklets from Toshiaka Kurowaka, Doug McDavid, and Ralph Badinelli published 3 basic booklets in this series. And please let me or Jim know if you will have any interest of writing a short booklet for the professional readers. They are about 70 to 80 pages in length. And Yasi, I think this is yours, T-Summit 2016.
Oh, it's actually DJ's.
Hey.
Okay.
DJ, would you like to take it?
Sure, yeah. I just wanted to spend a couple minutes to go over a conference event that ISSIP is playing a big part in, which is T-Summit 2016, Transformational Approaches to Creating T-Shaped Professionals. This event will occur March 21st through 22nd at the National Academies of Sciences building in Washington, D.C. So we are very excited about the venue. And for those on the call that are not already familiar with what the T-shaped metaphor is all about, in particular thinking of it in the context of T-shaped professionals for this year's event, you can think of the letter T and think of the vertical bar in the letter T representing the depth a professional has in a specialized skill, and the horizontal bar in the T representing the breadth of knowledge and the ability to apply that knowledge and collaborate in a way which is interdisciplinary. So what this event's really all about and who is attending or who can attend. It's practitioners and researchers from both academia and industry, essentially anyone that is interested in the importance of the T-shaped professional in today's and the future work environment. We have multiple sponsors for this event, including UIDP, of course, ISSIP, IBM, Michigan State. You can go to the central website, tsummit.org, to see the full list of sponsors. And as far as ISSIP's contribution for this T-Summit 2016 event, here at ISSIP, we have created an ISSIP at T-Summit 2016 Planning Committee. and that is really formed and led by Paul Magnoni, who's part of the SIP-SIG. So unfortunately, Paul was unable to make the call today, but I wanted to make sure to give him a special shout out. And as part of that ISSIP at T-Summit 2016 Planning Committee, we're working closely with the chair of this year's event, Dr. Tony Boconfuso, who Yassi mentioned a few slides ago, as well as others, including Michigan State, and some items that ISSIP in particular is really working on for this event to really help plan and execute it. ISSIP is really playing a big part in putting together the core program of events for this T-Summit 2016 conference, which has included collecting all of the conference proposals and workshops for this event. We received over 55 workshop proposals, which was very exciting to see, the enthusiasm for this event. In addition to that, we are creating, at ISSIP, we are leading the creation of a T-Summit playbook, which by that we essentially mean a logistical guidebook that will allow future planners and chairs of this event to really put together this event, understand the process for putting together a T-Summit event, as well as best practices. And correlatingly to that, this event has been going on for a few years now. It's had multiple different homes, including IBM in the Bay Area, Michigan State, this year UIDP in Washington, D.C., and to really, scale this event out in the future, make it sustainable as we have really established it, and maybe in the best interest to find a permanent home where we really see ISSIP could become a common permanent home for this event. So that's something else we're very excited about. And any more information, including registration, which should open by end of this week on the website, you can go to tsummit.org. Any questions, comments, anything else you want to know about T-Summit that's not covered on the website, you can email tsummit@issip.org. And really look forward to seeing a lot of you in Washington, D.C. in March. So that really covers the event, unless there's any other questions or comments.
Thank you, DJ. And I want to thank you and Paul and Heather for really leading this effort and contributing to it's a tremendous amount of work. And thank you, and Paul especially.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, next one is Daniela. Who can tell us about the service design SIG.
Right, yes. So we are growing a little bit by bit. So we are, now there is another person from Polytechnic, a PhD of mine, working in a European training network called Service Design for Innovation, which is funded by EU Marie Curie program. And so he's going to join this SIG. Then we have a person from Singapore and Istanbul Technical University, and then practitioners from Cisco, from Partner, and so on. So what we've been doing is we've been meeting every 2 weeks, and we've been focusing on developing a paper that we submitted for a ServDes conference, which is Service Design for Innovation conference, which will be actually in May next year, and I will share with you when there are the registration open if anyone wants to join, and it will be in Copenhagen. And so we presented this paper, which has the aim to discuss a toolkit that we are developing, which is a kind of set of questions around how companies that are trying to move towards service logic are understanding and approaching users, design, and service. And based on this, then we test this with the Cisco, and we're going to test a bit deeper with another organization from ISSIP with the aim to understand how the different departments and organizations are aligned around this understanding of service design and users engagement, and then maybe organizing activities and workshops within the organization to help this alignment and progression. So the aim now is to test it further, this tool, and present it at a conference, and think about what kind of tools or activities we can think about based on design thinking that could help companies to move toward the service logic. And I think the next one was just showing a picture of this tool, which is at the moment is like a checklist, a positioning checklist that an interviewer is doing with different people in the company. And the aim is then to use this external reflection tool and then use what kind of profiles come out of the company to then inform some activities. I think that's it. I don't know if you have any questions.
Thanks, Daniela. Okay, next one is Heather. Heather or DJ? Heather may be on mute. Can you guys hear me? Okay. I wasn't sure if it was me. Heather.
Heather's on mute.
Yeah, Heather's having problems because she just texted me.
Okay, yeah, I mean, no problem. If Heather's having issues, I could cover this really quickly, Yasi.
Sure, go ahead.
Sure, so yeah, so the Service Innovation Framework, SIG, that Heather and I really lead. So we have 39 members right now. You can see the different groups we have involved, including recently Google and Columbia University. We meet on a weekly basis at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. We have a weekly planning call at that time. And some of the really highlights that we've achieved this past quarter and this past year, in coordination, or I should say in collaboration with Dr. Gerhard Gudogang, as well as some of his research students, we did a gap analysis on a library of service innovation resources that ISSIP essentially came up with. It was in Google Drive, and as part of that gap analysis, Gerhard, along with mentors in our group, such as Jim Spohr, Haluk, Heather, were able to come up with their own service innovation framework. And currently that publication of that framework is in process, as well as they are going to be presenting that framework at multiple conferences coming up in 2016, including the HICS conference in Hawaii, as well as the T-Summit conference we just talked about. Also, we are looking for practitioners, and we will publicize that to ISSIP in the near-term future. In addition to that, you know, a couple of slides ago, I really touched on the T-Summit work we're doing, so I'm not really going to go any more into that. What we're really looking to do this upcoming quarter, we want to really keep growing our SIG. Once again, emphasis on practitioners, particularly as we have come up with this framework. We want to work with practitioners to make sure that this service innovation framework is robust as well as proven. In addition to that, I just talked about the conferences that we're going to be attending in early 2016 and presenting on. And that's where we stand. Of course, any additional interest, members, always looking for those. So feel free to reach out with any questions to Heather or I. And that's about it.
Thanks.
I ask just very quickly, just a very quick question. What do you mean with the service innovation framework? Is it an evaluation framework? Is it how would you define it?
Sure. So what we've come up with is a wheel, a service innovation wheel that really has a 4-step process that tells you if you come up with an innovation, how you can basically productize that innovation from the initial stages to in the industry phase. By that I mean having it be a tangible product.
Yeah, and
go ahead, Yasuya.
Yeah, and from day one, this SIG was really set out to come out with a service innovation practical framework that companies can use, and that circle is really a framework towards that. And DJ, one thing that I want to add to what you said is yesterday we had the call for the Service Innovation Framework, and one of the things that we all agreed the SIG started 2 years ago, and when you look at all the accomplishments, really, what the SIG set out to do, everything has been check marks, and the next phase is really to see all of those things made into practice. So that's something that was a conversation yesterday that I think it's important for the board to know. So thanks, DJ. And
just, sorry, one more quick comment. Heather just put some notes in chat, but Daniela, if you're interested in seeing our framework, it's not publicized yet, but we're happy to share it with you. Feel free to contact us.
Yeah, and a great SIG, and thank you, DJ and Heather, for your leadership.
Thanks a lot.
Next one. Look, that one is yours.
Okay. This is thank you, DJ. Thank you, Yassi. This is a SIG we started almost 3 years ago with Jim. And so far we have almost 120 members, and these are the list of members. And basically, like I said, partnership with the SIG Innovation Framework, SIG Education and Research, we are running those Wednesday morning conference calls or presentations. I guess right now we have 106 presentations so far. Like I said, if you would like to present your research, your interest, your professional expertise, or even a problem or opportunity on service innovation or service education and research, please let us know. These are some of the goals we have, like at least have a one paper on ISSIP.org. Currently, we are working on a couple of research papers. One of them is about building a actual framework for industry academic education platforms. Other one is on the T-shape professional education. And I guess this is an ongoing project. We are still trying to leverage LinkedIn group, LinkedIn ISSIP group and Twitter accounts to disseminate the knowledge comes out of from this SIG. And our goals are basically, focus on scholarship and practitioners and help out the education system on the topic of service innovation and service development and design delivery. And our next call is scheduled for next Wednesday. So I will go to the next one. And then this is the ISSIP on SDN, Yassi.
Yes, so software-defined networks, and Casimir DeCostas, who is the chair, he wasn't able to make this call today. So that SIG has also grown. One practitioner has been added from Netflix, and they've been meeting on a quarterly basis. They had altogether 3 workshops and presentations, one at ITERA, one at Cisco Live, and one at OSC. And the goal for next year is to have more visibility and actually participation in more ISSIP-sponsored conferences. And to that end, they have already submitted for 2016 conference proposals and also grant proposals. And on a long-term growth, they would like to promote education in software-defined network-related areas and NSV-related education, and also promoting more research in that area and strengthening academia and industry relationships. So the next one, Alok, please. Okay, next one is Doug Morse. Doug, please take it from here.
Hi, thank you. Yeah, we launched it about last year, this year, I guess. We sort of took a couple months off due to some inactivity and then sort of re-engaged here. We have about 19 members that are on the interested parties list. and about 5 to 7 actively show up on a call. We do a call every 2 weeks. We are really focused on both macro and microeconomics. The predominant discussion has been around value and customer value at this point. We're looking to become a resource or a center of knowledge around economics. And the reason why we should care, and ISSIP should care, and the world should care, is that basically a lot of policy decisions, a lot of business decisions are made based upon an economic or financial model. And we find that those models are ill-defined, the measures are ill-defined to sort of truly, especially for governments, to understand the service sector, how important it is, and then how to apply the proper sets of investments. And ISSIP and service science in general has seen, the reluctance of government to fund, core research projects, even though we're supposedly 75% of the GDP. So the interest of the group is really to try to get to a point where we can influence both how companies are valued based upon services commercially, how it affects world trade, how it affects social benefit, et cetera, et cetera. So that's the thing. We have a link here to a site where we've been accumulating a lot of it. Our goal is to eventually get to a paper here fairly quickly, probably next year based upon what we're gathering. We have some links with some external groups, including CVCI and the Journal for Creating Value, which is a place for some people to publish in. And that's about it. We, again, trying to get more interest and get some, currently working with a couple of economists to come join us. We've not recruited them directly, primarily because we want to make sure that we have our sort of links in order before we get some of them involved, but we have a couple online. Thank you.
Thanks, Doug. The next one is an update on Cognitive System Institute community of interest. So they've been growing. They've now up to 46 total calls, and 42 of those in 2015. And they meet on a weekly basis, Thursday mornings, 10:30 to 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And they have a LinkedIn group that you can check out on their various discussions there. And if you would like to join these calls, you can contact Diane Fidel from IBM, who is leading this community of interest. Next one, Haluk, please. Okay, real quick update. We have had a pretty good growth quarter. We've had 14% growth quarter to quarter, and we are now up to 914 members. Our goal for the year was 900 individual members, so we have already surpassed our goal for the year. And we continue to get more institutions into ISSIP, representations from institutions into ISSIP. So the ones that are blue on the list are new institutions that weren't here last quarter. And the split actually between the academics and company representation is pretty much the same as last quarter. We are getting more students signed up on ISSIP, so you can see that the growth really is in more of the relative growth is in more of the students. So that's really great news. And thanks to those of you who are recruiting students, and we encourage you to do more. Next, Haluk. So in addition to JSD joining as a platinum member, we are now engaged with a number of companies on our different projects. Many of you are involved with that. And as always, we are asking the board to help with the institutional members that are already engaged with ISSIP, and also introducing more potential institutional members to ISSIP. Next one, please, Alok. There are many other members to recognize, and I'm sure I'm missing some, so ahead of time, I apologize. But I just wanted to give a shout out to a few people who have been very active in the past several months. So Gerhard Gütergen and from University of Aachen in Germany, and his team, Andre Heber and Hans Heichenfeld, they've been working on the Service Innovation Framework Circle that DJ referred to. Also, DJ and Heather for their outstanding leadership and contributions to not just the SIG, but the T-Summit, HICS, and more. I'm probably missing something. Paul Mignon for his leadership on the T-Summit. That is going really great. As always, Jim Sporer and Professor Stephen Kwan, they are developing the ISSIP body of knowledge together with Ralph and Haluk and many others. Also their sponsorships, their continued sponsorships for the Discovery Summits and Innovation Roundtables. And last but not least, the whole ISSIP Service Design SIG, led by Daniela and Don Allen of Cisco. As you have seen, they have developed really interesting tool set and case studies and white papers that they've been working on over the last 2 years, and those are coming soon to the wider ISSIP. Next one, Haluk. So financials, I'm not going to go over every item there. Pretty much if you look at the, we started the year at 83,412. We're pretty much ending the year about the same. Our gross income and operating expenses, it's slightly below break even. And what we're doing right now, Jim and I are going through an audit, and our plan is going forward to have annual reports. And so by the next call, which would be the fourth quarter 2016 call, we will report on those. Next one, please. And then finally, the board of directors approved 2 items over the last quarter. One is Dr. Iwano's addition to the board of directors and approval of Professor Ralph Badinelli as the ISSIP vice president. And that's it. Now we can go into, we have about 7 minutes, and we're going to open the call for Q&A. If you have any questions, comments for the board, please go ahead. You're welcome to just share anything that's on your mind.
Yassi, can we share the slides with our SIG group? Absolutely.
Yeah. So the slides, actually, if you go to the first slide on this presentation, it's posted. So you'll see where it's posted. I will actually send the final slides to actually, maybe not everyone on this call, but it is posted online. But Daniela, I can send you the slides, and anyone else, if you want the slides from me, please send me an email.
So if there are no other questions, since Paul, sorry, go ahead.
Can I?
So I was just going to ask you. So you said the slides are online somewhere. Is it on the website of the organization?
I'm sorry. Can you repeat your question?
Yeah, I'm just asking. You said the slides are online somewhere. Is it on the website?
Yes. So it is always, if you go on the website under events, under news and events, and then you'll see board of directors meetings, and all the board slides are there, and including this one right now is posted.
Okay, sounds good.
Yossi, this is Sunil. Just a comment before we wrap up. I think the breadth and depth of areas that are being covered across all these SIGs is just simply impressive. Very, very well done.
Well, thanks to everyone, all the SIG members, all the chairs. You know, it's they have done an excellent job.
Thanks to you.
Yeah, so since this will likely be my last meeting with you guys as president, I just wanted to give my thanks as well to Yossi and also to Jim and to Haluk and Ralph and many others. But that team in particular has made it very easy to be president since they do almost all the hard work. And I really appreciate that. And I'm amazed and impressed at how much was accomplished this year. It's a very difficult thing to keep ISSIP moving forward, given the fact that it's a very unique structure, very different than other professional societies, and it requires constant agility. And I'm impressed with your ability, Yossi, and Jim and the others to keep it moving forward as well as it does. And of course, counts on all the volunteers out there keeping the SIGs moving and making sure that there is, in fact, good value and information coming from the group. That's what keeps people interested. It's what made JST join. So I'm looking forward to continuing to interact with this group next year, not as a president, but just as a member, and look forward to seeing even more progress next year.
Thank you so much, Jeff. Thank you for your leadership. You've been a great president, and it's under your leadership that we've been able to accomplish what we have accomplished, and of course all the members. Any other comments, questions?
Yeah, this is Ali from IBM. I just wanted to say that it's my first time attending this meeting, and I have not been a member for too long yet. But I just wanted to say that I'm really impressed by the amount of activities and things going on and that I was not aware of. So that's a really well done job, and I'm looking forward to participate more.
Excellent, thank you. You have 3 more minutes if any questions and comments.
I'll just say, given that it's the holiday season, in the event we don't have a chance to talk with everyone, I hope everyone has a wonderful holiday season and a terrific new year.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sunil. The same to you, and to everyone else. Happy holidays.
That's right. Maybe we'll give you the last 2 minutes back to start your holiday shopping.
Yeah, exactly.
Take care, folks.
Great. Sounds good. Bye. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Yossi. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Jeff. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks.